All right. I just hit send on a text message. Call that phone number real quick. Put it on speaker.
This is Eric with Scott Reyes Staging Workspace. Please tell me about the maintenance issue you need to report.
I have a toilet that's backing up everywhere. It's an emergency. I need to get somebody out quick.
The issue will be submitted and someone will reach out if there are any questions. If you need to add any photos or documents later, FM agents can send you an upload link.
Sweet.
Thanks for your patience, Justin. Sure, what do you need?
No, I don't need anything else. That's it, man. I said sweet, dog. Dude, it said bye and everything. I was trying to mess with it to see if, like, me saying sweet, dog would mess with. Dude, that's good.
What's up, man?
I thought you were about to sneeze.
I'm not going to sneeze. You're going to sneeze.
Oh, man.
I was telling
Another
you to
week.
wait. I was telling you to wait. You talk too much.
I know.
I also talk too much. That's why we do this. Hey, real quick. All right. I just hit send on a text message. Call that phone number real quick. Put it on speaker. Oh, you got it. Okay. Speaker. Put it by the mic.
Hi, this is Eric with Scott Reyes Staging Workspace. Please tell me about the maintenance issue you need to report.
I have a toilet that's just backing up everywhere. It's a fighter.
Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know about the toilet backing up. Can you tell me the location where this is happening?
In my store bathroom.
Got it. Just to confirm, this is the store bathroom. Is there anything else about the toilet issue you want to add?
I mean, it's an emergency. I need to get somebody out quick.
Understood. It's an emergency. I'll make sure to note that. Just to wrap up, can you confirm your name for me?
Justin Marino.
Thank you, Justin. And your phone number is correct?
It is.
Great. I have all the details. Just to summarize, we have a toilet backing up in the store bathroom, and it's an emergency. Your name is Justin Marino, and your phone number is The issue will be submitted, and someone will reach out if there are any questions. If you need to add any photos or documents later, FM agents can send you an upload link.
Yeah, can you do that? Can you do that?
Yes, I'll take care of that for you. The issue will be submitted, and someone will reach out if there are any questions. If you need to add any photos or documents later, FM agents can send you an upload link.
Sweet.
Thanks for your patience, Justin. Sure, what do you need?
No, I don't need anything else. That's it, man. I said sweet, dog.
Got it. Thanks for confirming, Justin. The issue is in the system now, and someone will reach out if there are any questions.
Dude, it said bye and everything. I was trying to mess with it to see if, like, me saying sweet, dog would mess with. Dude, that's good. How long did that one take? Dude.
I've been working on that.
I wonder
if
I can just call it and just see how it's doing today. Like, can it just like could it be my facility support therapist too? You know,
I think that's going to be outside of the terms of service.
But look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I tried a little bit to mess with it because I don't know if you remember.
All right, so hey, that call just wrote to FM agents, and since I have that account linked to FM dashboard, it just put a work order into FM dashboard. Actually, I have to give it a location number because it didn't get it from you. You said it was in the restroom. I found I was listening. I found like a little tweak that I want to make. Like it needs to be specific. It's like it said, "Where is this happening?" And you told it was happening in the restroom, which is a good question. But it was the design of that question was to look for the location number.
Oh, so like what location are you at?
Yeah, right now it's stuck in a queue.
Yeah.
And I have
but it's still, but it's crazy is even though those things didn't line up, it's in a queue now for somebody to deal with, which is cool.
Yeah. And
the biggest thing is it didn't, what would have been worse is if you didn't gather that information and then it kind of like got hung up. Like what surprised me the most is its inability to get hung up on something and make somebody be like, this is dumb, I'm going to hang up. Even when I said sweet dog, it was like, all right, I'm glad we got that summary. It was probably, I felt like it rolled its eyes. It was a little passive aggressive.
Yeah, it did. It was like, whatever, dude.
It's like, oh, shut up, dude.
But what's funny is it's calling me right now trying to get contractor updates. That's staging app.
Oh, dude.
Anyway,
I mean, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah. So that's the new one. Again, work order system agnostic. Once you sync, it attaches to all the ones, CRMs, some CRM systems now too. Yeah. So that thing right there, somebody could hire that agent, sign up, and then that's now the the work order intake agent for your entire application. What's really neat about it on the other side is you can customize all the questions that you want it to ask, what's required versus what's recommended, if you're going to ask it or not. There's default ones you can add in your own and map them over to records that like in FM dashboard, we have like for priorities, those are mapped. So you can make that a requirement and it'll say like, is this a P1, P2, or whatever your custom priorities are. The attachment thing, like literally when you get off the call, it emails you a link and you click the link and upload your photos or whatever.
I'm actually checking right now.
Yeah. It won't go to yours because I didn't put your email address in there.
But no, but that's a good idea because how many times they're like, I got pictures and it's like, I don't want to have to worry about texting somebody. You know what I mean? Like putting somebody's phone number into my phone, or God forbid one of our dispatchers or a dispatcher having to use their personal phone just to get a text message versus opening up a link and dropping what you need and sending it. Then they don't have to worry about filling it out. They just hit reply. You don't have to worry about finding an email address. It's all very like, contractor.
But the cool thing is like for like store managers, the reason that you could call that phone number is because your phone number is associated with an authenticated caller.
Okay.
So I can set up your phone number, like your account, to be associated with a group of location numbers. And then if you're only one location number, it'll just write it for that location number.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
It won't need that information. Yeah. Because it's already got it, the context of it.
Yeah. So you can give it all the context.
I'm just glad it's not, I'm just really glad it's not that one that's like, hello, we are here to take on your, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like movie phone. It's like really.
We're building one. It's almost done. It's an unsatisfactory. This is specific for a specific use case for customers on a specific CRM. But when a work order gets done, if a user flags it as unsatisfactory, it'll go into a queue where it calls that store and asks why they made it unsatisfactory and writes the note back to that CRM. So that's a third agent. Well, I'm having conversations with people and they're like, what about one that does this? What about one that does this? They're like, I want this one, but what about like, and so we're collecting these and going, all right, well, like if we hear it enough, we'll build it and open it up. Dude, that thing right there, I'm not going to say pricing on here because it's changing or it's going up as we add more customers. So hurry up if you want a lower price, get in touch with me. But 1,500, the first tier, it can intake 1,500 inbound work orders. So like 1,500 inbound phone calls, write them to your CRM. That's a call a person didn't have to take. You can have it connected to your triage, your troubleshooting questions. And like all of it. So it's going to gather all that information and write it all to where it needs to go. Like a fraction of the cost of what it would take
to probably hire somebody to do that. Which was funny. It's not like anybody's hiring anybody to do this right now. Nobody's hiring somebody saying you're going to make 1,500 calls a month for me. The reason they're just not doing it because it's impossible. Yeah. And no one wants that job.
Well, that's it. The reason, like, I talk to people like, everybody complains they're trying to do their job and they're getting interrupted.
Yeah.
With phone calls. And they're all like, oh, like, man, I can't stay off the phone.
And it's something that doesn't take context, really. It's just asking the right questions to get the right information, then writing it to the software. Then let the people be like, oh, we can't get a hold of this vendor. It takes a conversation that I have to have. Or the quality of work isn't good because we keep getting unsatisfactory. Now I need to call the vendor because that's a conversation I need to have. And you have time to actually think about these things, have these conversations appropriate, because you're not like, hey, man, you're doing this really bad. I got to go. I have a call, another thing. Or you're in the middle of a conversation like, hey, something's on fire. I got to go. It's like, how many times have you been in the middle of trying to make a decision and you're almost like backed into a corner because you have so much other stuff to catch up with? Then you don't even get to it.
Eric's kind of cool, isn't he?
It's like, yeah, Eric's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I want to put some Easter eggs in there and make Eric say some stuff sometimes. Like if somebody, like if you recognize slang, feel free to throw some slang in there.
Feel free to give it
back.
Like,
it would have been hilarious. You're like, my dog is like, that's straight. That's what's up. Okay.
Well, Or if he was like, I got the work order. Appreciate it, dog. I'll call you if I need anything.
Yeah. No, but he doesn't sound like that. He's so chill, man.
He is, dude. He is. Yeah. But it's like, I mean, I think we said this before, like the voice is very much like, you don't want it so real that you're like, you know, you kind of like this creepy. It's like just real enough to where you can have a conversation with it and you feel like it's not, you're not talking to a recording. And that's the difference. Right. I don't mind talking to a robot. I don't want it so robotic. I feel like I'm talking to a recording and it's like stagnant. But I also don't want it so real. Like that one girl that I like, I don't know if you remember when we were first testing it and I was like, call Scott. And you were like, don't ever let that call me again.
Yeah. She needed to calm down. It was, it made me uncomfortable.
Man. There's no way to get information. Relax.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's like, I'm calling you about work order.
Yeah. I am married.
It's like, dude, look, I don't know.
You're making me feel uncomfortable right now.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Very uncomfortable.
But I think we found a mix of
the new thing,
awkward and sophisticated. Eric's the right mix of realistic yet sophisticated.
No, Eric, I could chill with Eric. I think Eric's cool, man. Yeah. So
are we gonna? I know we talked about it. Are we renaming him though? Because I thought we were gonna call him Tommy Two Guns. Or no?
No, Tommy Hot Guns is
Hot Guns.
When we make our own sales agent, which I don't think we'll ever do. Right. Here's my perspective on that.
Yeah.
All right. If you're being paid by something, you're probably more willing to talk to an agent to do that. So like if your employer writes you a paycheck, you'll probably call an agent to put in a work order. Or if you're a contractor and you're getting paid by your customer and your customer decides to have an agent call you to get an update.
Yeah, you're just,
But if you're paying somebody else and they're like, here's the way you're going to interact with us. We're going to have you talk to Tommy Hot Guns. Or Tommy Hot Guns is calling you and asking you for money, you know? Like you're probably like, dude, I'm not good enough to, I'm not valuable enough to even have like a person write this email. You gotta have Tommy Hot Guns call me.
Yeah, but I'd be like, oh, wait a second. Wait till you meet Tommy, though. Tommy is the man, dude.
Tommy's cool, man. Tommy grew up in Brooklyn, but he was educated in Manhattan, and he knows how to jump. He knows how to interact, you know?
Yeah.
And he vacationed out in Western New York, and, you know, so if he needs to, you know,
he spends summer on the Cape. Like, I love Tommy.
Dude, he can,
He would make a cutlet like
cut it up
nobody
with the boys
else
on the streets. He can talk to people. He can talk to people on Wall Street, right? He can go chill on the coast with the bros surfing, right?
Yeah.
Or he can get out to the country and drive a tractor, ride a horse if he needs to. Tommy can do it, dude.
Yeah, that's why I personally wouldn't mind talking to Tommy Hot Guns. I can understand if I was trying to sell you something and it's like, wait a second. But I think Tommy could do it. I mean, between you and me, he's a closer.
Yeah.
He gets coffee.
Yeah.
He gets coffee.
Or cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Tommy's cool, but I don't want to unleash Tommy to the world, you know?
Yeah, like, I get it. I don't know if they're ready.
I don't know that we could handle that onslaught of business. The business that Tommy would bring in.
That's true.
Tommy Hot Guns would drown us.
He would. It'd be looking to shut him off somehow.
Yeah. And then he'd be like, you know what? If you can't keep up with this flow, you can't keep up with hundreds of new customers that I'm bringing in the door every single minute, you know, then I'm out.
Anybody who knows Tommy
knows somebody who can.
Yeah, anybody who knows Tommy knows you don't put Tommy Hot Guns on a leash. Okay?
Yeah.
Tommy Hot Guns doesn't go on a leash. You don't
give him a ceiling, you don't put him on a leash. What did that come up? That was from like something or other, like you were like, you just blazing in like Tommy Hot Guns.
So that was like 6 podcasts ago. I don't even remember.
Remember, you're gonna do the NFC chip where you could of you, like you were making like a figurine of you, and you're gonna tap if you tapped your phone on it would call you.
Were we not supposed to do that?
You said you were going to do it.
Oh, we're doing it.
You didn't do it?
No, we're doing it. The way you made it seem like
I thought you did it already. I was wondering if you changed your mind.
No, I have not. I have not changed that mind because I told you I was going to do it.
Figurine's bald head and it calls you.
I don't know how many of our customers listen to our podcast, but that was going to be a Christmas present. So,
oh, my bad.
Yeah, I've used there's this thing. Speaking of AI, there's this app that's AI generated where you can like put a photo of you and it makes a statue of your head as an STL. And all I'm going to add is tap here in emergencies.
I don't know what STL means.
It's like saying a PDF. It's a type of file that you use to print. I don't know what it stands for, so don't. Yeah. STL and 3MF stands for 3D printing, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. But anywho, so we're gonna send those out as a holiday gift to certain customers. Obviously, I'm not going to force everybody to have my head on their desk, but those who I know need it, you know what I mean? Where just boom.
Whoever wants it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're going to get it. Yeah. It's up to them if they put it on their desk.
If you want one, you need to read Justin's lips when he said his phone number, because it's going to get quacked out. And if you can figure it out, text him and say,
I want one.
And hopefully you're not texting some random stranger.
Hey, even if you're not a customer, you want one, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like if you're going out of your way to listen to our podcast, I owe you a sculpture of myself with an emergency contact chip in it.
Yeah. I'm having a blast right now just building things. It's fun to ask, what do you wish software could do for you?
Yeah.
And be able to like build those things and make it actually work. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, a good example is like the conversation we had yesterday. We were like talking about something, and the conversation, like as we're talking about the conversation, I was like, man, I wish we could do this, this, and this. And we had a way for them to do this. And then it can go to our agent, and the agent can put it through this process, and it can go on to Basecamp. And we're like, at the end of that conversation, you were like, oh, we're going to do that. It's like,
yeah.
Like,
no,
I mean, like, all this, you'd have to think about, how do I get this done? What's and it's like, the limitation now is the act of execution, not the limitation of planning, design, and trying to figure out. It's if you want to do it, will you do it? It literally becomes now like, and that's almost, for some people, that's kind of stressful, right? Because the limitations is what stops them and makes them feel good about not doing something. Sometimes they're like, oh, I can't do it. It's impossible, right? It's going to take too much time. It's not worth it. Well, now that that's kind of gone, it's really separating those who talk about what they want to do and those who really do what they want to do and execute on it. And that's why, I mean, we've had the conversation. I'm like, don't tell everybody, or don't do this because I don't want to. They still have to execute. And I still believe that is going to be the limitator for, even on something this easy.
No, you know what the hardest part is right now? It's faster to make things. It's not easier. It really isn't easier. It's faster. It's faster to make things. And as a result, you're going to have more distractions of what to make. And as people make more things, there's going to be more choices. And so if you're a company, this is like, this is not for our customers. I mean, or if you plan on starting one, it could be for you. But for companies out there, distribution becomes the hardest part. Like, you have to know how to get to the people that are going to be able to buy what you're building, or, you're just going to have a cool thing that is, it's a cool product. It's not a business. It's really cool. Like, the problems that we used to have to solve by just spending more time at the office, they're becoming problems we can solve by clarifying what the process is, and then writing a program or a skill and having like an agent perform the work. And it's crazy.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't know too is like, just because you did it and you built it, you still got to support it. As long as you're using it, it's constant support, fix, change, support, fix. I mean, like, it doesn't end. You don't just be like, this is the solution to my problem. I'm just going to create something, and then once it's done, we get to use it. Like, I mean, a big picture, that's what it looks like, but it still takes active support. You got to evolve with the technology as well. Some things, the way you built it in 2025 isn't the way it's used in 2027. It might be on a different platform. You still got to know how to do it. And it still takes constant.
Well, I mean, I
think that's what's going to weed them out.
Even on like with AI models, like, as new ones come out, the older ones get less expensive. So like, there's always like the smartest, every company's like the smartest, most powerful model is also the slowest, most expensive model. And then there's like a few generations back or a few subversions. And every time they come out with new models, they retire old ones, because this is something that they have to leave. They have to have a GPUs processing, running them, doing the compute to support it. And once people are kind of off of it, they force people off of those. Well, the prompts that work for one model here break up here. Usually they need to be less sophisticated. So every time you get it, you have to pay attention to your model providers. And it's not like a server that like you just set it up and it stays, like it just runs the same way, and you're driving. It's like, nope, it's a forced update, and now that thing didn't work anymore, and you have to be prepared ahead of it. So we're already seeing that, with some of the stuff that we've built and put into FM Dashboard. We've had to make new versions, like new in the back end. Like, we've had to train new models and right skills for new models so that there's continuity in it. And then we're retiring older models ahead of when it's going to be done to us. We don't want to do that in a reactive basis.
Yeah, because then you're backed up against the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, the support on agentic tooling is actually, it's more complex. Yeah, it requires more work. And like, okay, so the way that you make an agent work is you give it left and right parameters and instructions and goals, and then it follows the agent, the LLM through an agentic harness follows those instructions and ends with the output, right? So the less intelligent the model is, the more instructions you have to give it. The more intelligent the model, if you give it a lot of instructions, it overcomplicates everything and messes it up.
Yep.
And so you have to figure out, but you can't just you can't go like, make this simpler, or just, you don't know which things you need to pull out to get the same experience.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of QA. You know, it's a lot of like, hey, call this number and, you know, and like, did this work?
Yeah. And I feel like as we evolve this, right? Like 5 years ago, we're like, hey man, get these things pushed so that we can QA it. We don't have a lot to QA, right? And now it's the opposite. Now there's so much to QA because we're doing it at so quickly. Things are getting done so much faster. Now you're like, all right, we got to QA. All right, these didn't work. Boom, back to the agent, you know. Back to the agent. Let's go ahead and fix these things right here. Fix this. Well, we're going to fix that. I got to look at the code. And then you're back to QAing. This is all happening in the background. What a lot of people don't understand is this is all happening in the background. I mean, you got to think how much work it would still take to push 600 different updates within a year span, even using Claude or something like that, where you think it's just going to be so much easier. It still takes more than you think. And that's why, you know,
also the first generation, the first group of code that gets written by like agentic coding tools is it's overly complicated, and you have to strip down, make it simpler, make it simpler, make it simpler, make it faster, then remove the security issues that invariably, like the holes that it leaves. It's not, people think like, oh, you push it out there and it's done. It's actually, it's looser then it has more holes in it. Like you have to like continually refine it until it's production ready. And so
this is what I compare
we're still,
it to.
Yeah, we're still like, it's the thing that needs to get made, and the review is still humans.
Yeah,
we decide the scope. We decide what goes out. The work gets sent back in this loop here. You know.
Yeah. What people need to understand is think of this like a house. Okay. Like, and I think this will help a lot of people. And then tell me if I'm wrong too, because this is, again, you know more about this than I do. This is just like how my brain tries to simplify how this is working. So I can understand how to use it and ask it the right questions. Right. So like all these models, Claude and Codex and all these other things, right? They will absolutely clear the property for you. They'll put the pad down, they'll build the cinder blocks, and they'll do the first set of framing. But everything after that is entirely up to you. I don't like how big this closet is. I don't like how big this room is. I need a knee wall here. Then I need sheetrock. Then when the sheetrock comes, I need to pick out the paint colors. Oh, I don't like that paint color. I need to pick out this. I want that. I need you think of it as like, yes, very quickly, you will go from a field of grass or a forest of trees to a framed house, but you will spend the next 6 months of the build cycle trying to pick out the things and organize it correctly the way you want it when you see it, because you don't know what it's going to look like until it's up, right? And you're trying to like pick it apart. You have ideas in your head, but it's just like when somebody builds something, you're like, oh, wait a second, I kind of like that, but need to do this. And is it quicker? It's quicker in the sense of like, I don't have to meddle through all the nonsense of like, open up this, do that. Here's the framework. Here's the speech I want to use here. You don't have to do all of that. It sets all that up very quickly. You get to spend a lot of time, and you end up spending more time on it because you have it on making it exactly what you need it.
Yeah. I'd say you spend more time planning and review.
Yeah.
Like that becomes the job, which is why it's very natural for me. Cause I've never been able to do anything in my life, but I can plan and I can tell you if I like it or not.
And I love managing. Nothing's more. To me, it's like, I like it. That's why I said I always have to tell Rebecca, I'm like, when I ask her, I'm like, well, tell me something about myself. Her ongoing thing is I like things the way I like things. And I'm like, I do.
Yeah.
You're dead right.
But you have to grow and adapt.